Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. So, I imagine the first thing people are going to notice is that I am not in any kind of new location. This is not like a green screen or a photo or something, no. Turns out that my current internet provider can't actually provide to the new location, and they didn't tell me this until the 15th, a few days ago, when they cut off my internet here. At which point I had to phone them up and sort that out and all sorts. So it turns out that I'm having to go to a new provider for our new place, and they will be set up start of December. So yeah, naturally, if I don't have an internet connection, then there's no way I can do YouTube videos of any kind or any kind of online content in general. So the move has been somewhat postponed until such time as the internet gets hooked up. So I'm gonna try over the next couple of weeks to do like a few videos and stuff over at the new place. I'm not 100% certain what all of them will be, but I know what the first one will be, because by popular demand it is a tour. Although it's a tour of a place that has been only lightly furbished so far, so hopefully people will enjoy that. Our second piece of news, though, is that I got a delivery today, as I imagine a fair few people did, which means that I can pretty much finally retire my, oh yeah, you can really see the wear there, my aging, superlative conspiracy headphones, which are cheap. I got pretty much when I needed them desperately. And they've honestly served me quite well, honestly. I think they did well. They crushed my ears after a while, which might be a complaint for that particular model. It's probably out of sale now. But replacing them is something I have been in hot anticipation of, because I have a brand new pair of accent wear cat ear headphones. And wow, yeah, I can tell by the fact that I can barely hear my own voice now that these are really, really insulated. This is really amazing. So if you are not aware of accent wear, I'll hopefully put a link either in the description or over across my face right now, who knows. These were made on Indiegogo. They're by a new company, Accentware, that's had a few hiccups in the development process, but is now going through Brookstone, who finally delivered these magnificent devices. And the speakers in the cat ears here, yep, those are actual speakers. These do actually work. I have already tested this very much. And also, if I hit this button, yep, they light up. They do come in a variety of colors. I believe rainbow was in the original mock-up, but they weren't able to quite get the drivers working for that. But these are really comfortable. They have detachable cords, so I can hook straight in here, or I can just like detach and wander around for a little bit. They have a detachable gaming mic that goes in this side. I haven't tested the quality of that, but it's probably not going to be a huge concern for me because I have this lovely microphone. And the battery life is set to be about 5 hours, which is possibly my only complaint. If you're just wearing these out and about, listening to your MP3 player, then 5 hours are probably going to be, like, magnificent. For me, using it as a desk set is probably a bad idea. So that's, like, maybe the only thing I could worry about, but that's probably going to be depending on how much of this, like, functionality you're using. If you're running the speakers, if you're running the lights all the time, yeah, your battery life is probably going to be fairly short. If you're just using it as headphones, I expect they'll just last for quite a while. But yeah, that is this lovely new purchase. Hope people like the look of these. I've been waiting for them for ages, and expect to see a lot of them, because this is definitely going to be my go-to pair of headphones when I'm doing stuff on camera, if nowhere else. So, speaking of stuff on camera, this past Saturday, I went on a trip to Staife, with former Tumblr user, Made of Hope, and we went fossil hunting. So have a fun few moments now of some footage from that event. Enjoy. Oh dear God, why? What? I tried to get a shot and there's a bad thing in the way.
Sorry? Was there a spitter?
Was would be a strong term. There is a spitter.
I thought that's what you saw earlier when I was trying to feed the pheasant.
Yeah, not so much. Okay, welcome everybody to the abode of Tumblr user Made of Hope's grandparents.
I'm not on Tumblr anymore though.
Aww.
It's a shame, but yeah.
Former Tumblr user Made of Hope's grandparents. Here in the beautiful, not far from Saltburn...
Staves.
Staves, okay, which I've never been to. apparently it's very scenic, because every single freaking window is a Tumblr gift set in its own right. You. So we are here today to do some fossil hunting on the coast, which I haven't seen in, I want to say it must be at least 7 years. And even that's because I flew over it on the way back from Canada. But yeah, so Charlie, being rambunctious, not nearly as rambunctious as Dumpsy? Dumpsy.
Which is a Devonish word for getting dark, not a reference to poop.
Okay then, good to know, generally speaking.
But what about Dumpy? Dumpsy dumps.
Anyways, catch you all in a moment. So, we're just making our way, frozen like a fish stick, all the way back to somewhere warm. And, mate, you've just shown us something. Do you want to tell us exactly what this is that we're looking at here before I set the camera?
It is the smallest street in England. I mean, as far as I know. I don't know if there are any smaller streets anywhere else.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is apparently called Dog Loop and Nyan for scale. Like, this is just crazy.
Go in it.
Holy, I mean, it's not exactly a problem for me, but this is getting a bit narrow, I'll admit.
I struggle.
Oh dear.
Can you not turn around and come through forwards?
No.
Oh, wow. No.
So this is a street that was made for us. It's our street, it was made for us.
Door here. Are we supposed to be coming this way? Yeah, we can do. Oh, okay, we can.
Blimey.
I want to see if I can walk the entire length of it without forward. Yeah.
It's getting close. It's getting close.
Hey!
Hey! I'm not going to try that, but I just want to get that on camera. Ow!
Pride. Oh! Can't go the way back though. Oh no.
Here we go. And that's how Amagahara Fault was designed.
Oh god, no!
Ah, Mr. Bateman, I've been expecting you.
And then, more or less, we wandered home. And, oh boy, it was a very tiring day, but it was so much fun. So thank you, Maid, for that whole trip. We had a lot of fun, and I hope to hopefully get some kind of other live action kind of stuff like that later. But onto the schedule this week. So the schedule last week was a bit higgledy-piggledy. More or less, I had to cancel on all of the D&D, all of the streams, just by sheer virtue of no connection or bad connection or other stuff coming up. But we should be fairly stable this coming week because nothing's going to happen. I'm going to make sure of it. So Thursday night, we of course have Midnight Sticks from 11 PM GMT over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmod. On Friday, we have a field report. It's been a long time since I've done a field report video, and that will more or less be the branding I'm using for my live-action videos on the run with the GoPro and whatnot. So we'll be taking a look at the new place with a nice tour. On Saturday, we have Edgington, where we're doing a bit of house planning, and we've also got Dungeons and Dragon Hats over at twitch.tv/thedragonhat from 9 PM GMT. And on Sunday, we have Night of Fangs. Didn't have a Night of Fangs this past week as planned because of some scheduling conflicts, getting some filming done, but we should be perfectly fine to get that done this week. On Tuesday, we have Oddworld as well as Yog Dwarves Live number 40. Blimey, I've done a lot of these, haven't I? Oddworld is going to be running a gauntlet, so that's going to be fun. And on Wednesday, we have a special event for Undermine. I've been trying to have a special event every single month on Undermine. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to maintain that streak, but we're definitely going to be finding some interesting stuff to do in Undermine. So, hope you'll all enjoy those. So, on to questions. We don't have too many, but that's kind of okay given the length of this video already. First question comes from John Phillips. If you had to choose between Morgan Freeman or Samuel L. Jackson to narrate your life, who would you choose? That's a tough one, honestly. Morgan Freeman has a very epic kind of voice. Morgan Freeman has... I've seen, like, videos and such of Morgan Freeman talking about science and the universe and the cosmos and all this, and it's really, really, like, evocative. It's great. I don't think my life is quite epic enough to warrant Morgan Freeman. But on the other hand, Samuel L. Jackson can do a lot of melancholic kind of stuff. He can do a lot of action kind of stuff, and he swears a lot, which is probably not in line with my kind of life. So I don't know if I'd go with Jackson. I think of the two of them, Morgan Freeman would be the one I'd be more comfortable with than Jackson. I don't know what universe this would have to be for this kind of offer to come to fruition, but I'd probably pick Morgan Freeman. Next question is from Fox Crimson. Where did you learn to program Java? I kind of didn't. In a lot of ways, I'm an autodidact. I started out learning to code with Gary's mod, with the Expression 2 system, and then I learned from that in... if memory serves, it was Computercraft. I started learning things like Lua and C++ kind of style programming. Got a bit better at C++, and then I started learning Java to make nature claims way back in the day. So I've just learned over time, wrote, kind of checking tutorials, reading in general, I would say just if you want to try and figure out how to do programming, especially something you're not particularly familiar with in terms of programming, just dive into it on a personal project, tinker with it, get it working, and then see how more efficient you can make it over time. Basically, you will get better. It's a skill that requires practice, and a lot of it. But I would say it's fairly rewarding. Jackal of all trades asks for our final question: what is your family's opinion on your being a content producer? My family's fairly. I don't. Well, my mum definitely knows a lot more about it, and my mum is very, very supportive. My dad, I think he can see the numbers and he understands that it works. I'm not sure if he quite understands how it works, but it sort of does. We had a big, long conversation whilst we were out fossiling, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, on the evening after we got back.
Yeah, so we were just
with
sort of...
Maid's grandparents.
Yes. So we were just sort of like sat around a dinner table. It was very unusual to have such a candid moment to discuss my business these days. Yeah, overall, they are fairly supportive, I guess. It's a new field, it's definitely not something that existed in the previous generation, and it's gonna change a lot, and it already has.
I know my mother is very supportive.
Yeah, your mother is very supportive of me. So with that, I hope you've all enjoyed. I have been lying, this has been spontaneous fuzz nyan. And we shall catch you all next time.